Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the 20-minute fashion distraction. I am Jacqueline Jenkins, your host, and I'm delighted to chat with you this evening on our 20-minute fashion distraction. We're talking about the Spelman legacy in terms of fashion, in terms of amazing women, and in terms of just inspiration overall. But before I bring on my wonderful guest, I just wanted to say if you are not following the Sophisticated Curation page, please follow us. On Facebook, Sophisticated Curations, and on Instagram, it's also Sophisticated Curations. And I would like to bring on my guest. Hi, Kiva.
Hi.
So let me, I have a quick intro that I want to do. This is Keva Wright Berry, who is the president of the National Association of Spelman College Alumni National Association, National Alumni
I love you.
Association. I'm messing up the A's. I'm sorry. The National Alumni Association of Spelman College. Before we go into the questions, I just want to share my personal story. Hey, mom, my mom is here. I just want to share my personal story of how I met Kiva because I consider Kiva. She's my Spelman sister. She's my sorority sister. She's my dear friend. And actually, Kiva was the welcoming face for me when I first graduated from Spelman. So, my story is when I left Spelman, I actually went to Boston and I had two phone numbers. And I think one was, oh my gosh, he was like my homeboy that was at the Emerson radio station. So I got his number. But then the other number that I had was Kiva. And Kiva at the time, I think you were the president of the Boston Alumni Group.
Correct. Right.
And I think that's one of the wonderful hi Stacy. Um I think that's one of the wonderful things about Spelman College was just the connection and being able to pick up the phone in a new city and just really connect in. And Kiva was that connection for me. And so I will never forget that. And
I remember.
you remember.
I remember your call.
Well, that's because it was like yesterday, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
I know. Well, so Kiva, I first of all thank you so much for joining us. There's been what we were just chatting about this before coming on the show. There's been such amazing press coverage, collaborations, discussions about HBCUs and all that is occurring at these institutions. And I just wanted to make sure that we continue to understand and remember the beautiful history and the legacy of these schools. And I wanted to start off by really talking about my alma mater, which I'm so proud of. And Kiva, can you share what was the reason or should I say influence that got you to go to Spelman College?
I'll give the shortened version of the story because I've started telling it fairly frequently now because people have been asking me. But I was always interested in going to an historically black college. I wanted to get out of Boston. I wanted to get away from the folks that I was in school with and go to an historically black college. I didn't know a lot of them, but the one that I really knew was Fisk University because I'd heard of Fisk. I had seen the Fisk Jubilee singers perform, and I wanted to go to Fisk to become a Fisk Jubilee singer. So
Oh, I never knew that
I was going
story.
to major in music, so I'll be a Fisk Jubilee singer. That'll be great. And I applied and was accepted, and my parents sent my deposit, so I was ready to go. And then a teacher in my high school, who was the second black teacher in the high school, asked me had I heard of Spelman. She hadn't gone to Spelman, but she knew about Spelman. She thought I might be interested. But Spelman was all girls, so I wasn't interested then. But then I went to an all girls high school. I threw out everything that said for women, for girls. Didn't matter. I didn't want to do that. But then my brother, and he doesn't remember this, but he actually said to me when I was trying to think about Fisk or Spelman, he said, "No, do you really want to go to Nashville, to the country and western capital of the world?
Oh,
You don't like country and western music, and you're going to be there." And I thought about it. I thought, well, maybe I will apply to Spelman. And I told my parents, I don't want to go to Fisk. I want to go to Spelman. I don't think I had applied at that point. But anyway,
Okay.
I was an upward bound student. They really helped me get in. But today I couldn't have applied that late and still gotten in. But
I
I changed my mind just about overnight, really knowing nothing about Spelman or Atlanta or the AU Center.
mm,
And I guess I've never looked back.
I love it. I love
Hmm.
it. Before we go to to the second question, I do want to share an image. You mentioned the Fish Jubilee, but I want to share a beautiful image that I came across of the Spelman Glee Club. And I thought it was beautiful because it's actually in the
Yeah.
backdrop with the campus. And actually that was another bonding between Keva and I, because when we were in Boston, we used to bring the Glee Club to
Hmm.
come. We used to host the Glee Club as part of the alumni group, which was wonderful.
Yeah. I spent 4 years in the Glee Club, so
Uh, that's
and
another thing I
toured.
didn't know. Okay, I did not know that.
Music majors had to be involved in an ensemble, and I didn't play an orchestral instrument, so I was in the Glee Club.
Okay, awesome. So if we have time within the 20 minutes, maybe you'll sing something for us.
I won't. Okay.
So can you go through the founding of Spelman College? And I will say I'm excited because my great grandmother went to Spelman, so I the history
Yeah.
is there. But can you share about the history of the college?
Sure. So Spelman was officially founded on April 11th, 1881, in the basement of Friendship Baptist Church in Atlanta. It was founded by two white women, Sophia B. Packard and Harriet E. Giles, who had been south before and they were missionaries, and they'd been to the south before and thought that they wanted to help the young women and girls who had just recently been freed from slavery. They lived in Massachusetts and had to raise money in order to come there. And something I've just learned about them is that they were discouraged to come to Georgia because it was so far away. They were too old. They were in their 50s. They were considered too old to be doing this kind of missionary work. They came to Georgia because they were Baptists, and Georgia had a lot of Baptist churches. Came to Atlanta, met Reverend Quarles, and he agreed to let them start the school then in the basement with 10 women and one girl, and they named it the Atlanta Baptist Female Seminary. We remained that for several years until they met John D. Rockefeller, who had heard about them and heard Miss Packard speak and her impassioned speech about wanting to help these young girls, um, made him just donate money to them for the college, for the school, because it wasn't a college. And he did that, and he helped to pay off the debt for some of the land they had found where we are now. And he did that, and in honor of his being such a great benefactor, they named the school after his wife and her family, which was Spelman. Laura Spelman, Harry Buell Spelman were his in-laws. Laura Spelman was his wife. And so we became Spelman Seminary. And then in 1924, we gained college status and became Spelman College. So we've been Spelman. I mean, it's 141 years this year, this month, and that's the general history. But it was two women who really had to traverse quite a bit to come in the 1800s to Atlanta, where they knew no one but knew what they wanted to do. They had a mission and a passion, and I think they somehow have passed it along in some way to all of us who graduate from there.
Yeah, well, first of all, Crystal said thank you for sharing the history. Hi, Leah. Hi, Jocelyn. You, we there's there've been hashtags about undaunted, and really connecting that to the Spelman women, and I think that story is such a great example. The fact that they thought 50 was old, and
Yes.
traveling from. I mean, there's so many thoughts in there in terms of just really persevering. And you're right,
Mhm.
looking at the legacy that has come from there. Can you share just a little bit? I want to jump around about like graduates other than you and I, that that people may know or just have some amazing stories about.
Yeah, I think you know, everyone apparently probably knows about Stacey Abrams. Well, Stacey comes from a long line of people who persevere, but she's one of our right now one of our most noted alumni. But we have you know, Marion Wright Edelman, you know, the founder of the Children's Defense Fund. I mean, she was part of the class of 1960, which was very, very involved in the civil rights movement. Many of them were arrested and spent nights in jails fighting for civil rights. So she's one of our great founders. Someone else might know. Some others who might know is Dovey Johnson Roundtree, who was a civil rights activist. She was an ordained minister and an attorney, and she had a 1955 victory before the Interstate Commerce Commission in the first bus desegregation case to be brought before that body. She she is a very famous civil rights person, but you know the women of the civil rights weren't always put in the front. But Miss Roundtree was very important in that she lived to be over 100, and her estate. We also have now we have a scholarship in her name at the college. But W. Roundtree is very, very important. We have a lot of firsts in our alumni group. Our first alumna president, Audrey Forbes Manley, is the former Surgeon General for the United States. She was the interim Surgeon General, but she was Surgeon General nonetheless. So she made history of her own. She's a pediatrician by trade, and was extremely important in her area. And then she came to Spelman and served there for about 5 years as president. So we have a lot of alumni that I don't think people necessarily know their names, but they've done a lot. We have our famous one that we have Roz Brewer, you know, CEO of Walgreen Boots, I believe it's called. You know, she's a Fortune 500 CEO. I think she was the second Black female to be there. So yeah, people should take some time and read up on us to find out, you know, who we are. We may be quietly working in the background, but we've got some alumni out there who have done amazing things around the world.
I love it. And my mother drops in the chat, and I quickly said it, that my great grandmother, but my mom is right. When my great grandmother was there, it was actually Spelman Seminary, and she
Hmm.
spoke a lot about Miss Childs. So
Wow.
it's amazing that history. So let's talk about the white dress
Okay.
and the significance of the white dress. The white dress is getting a ton of play now. But what's the meaning of the white dress, and when do we wear the white dress? I have a few pictures
Oh,
that
good, good.
actually,
So,
well, you explain, and then hi Kim, and then we'll talk about it.
okay. So the white dress tradition has been around since I think it's the 1940s. Yes. um, or no, before this 1900s. And the white dress was an attire that was mostly associated with formal occasions. So you wore your white dress at very special events. And Spelman adopted this white dress along with wearing stockings early on, which were cotton stockings before nylon was popular, and then the closed-toed black shoe. And the reason for the black shoe I found very interesting is that they didn't want families to have to try to get more than one pair of shoes for their students. So they said they got a good solid black shoe that would carry them to different places. So it's practicality along with the style. But we wear the white dress at all types of formal occasions. Freshmen wear them during new student orientation. Seniors wear them under their caps and gowns. We wear them during Founders Day. Alumni wear them to go through our arch, our alumni arch. So it's always for special occasions, and suck it up and bring your white dress, your flush tones holes, and your black closed-in shoes, and just be a part of that. Several years ago, someone took a picture of alumni going through. They took the picture from the top of Giles Hall during the March through the Arch, and it was the glorious event to see all the women just, we had all the alumni in white and the seniors in their caps and gowns coming through. And it's just one of the traditions. I think most alumni love it, even if they don't want to put on the white dress. They still love the fact that we do it.
No, and actually, I'm going to share a quick picture. I have a picture of, and I don't have the year, but it's in Sisters Chapel, which
Mm,
is our. Hold on, let me just pull it, and it's showing the white dresses.
okay.
Um, I don't know if you can see it as well, but basically, as you can see there,
Mm,
there's a sea of white dresses. I'm not sure this event, but basically, this is a group of Spelmanites. I'm not sure if it's a convocation or if it's an actual Founders Day, but
mm-hmm.
I saw this and just wanted people to see like the sea of white dresses and just really the significance of it, and just really the showing of sisterhood.
And
Um,
the uniformity makes a big difference. If you go, I mean, it's Selman is still very traditional in that way because we wear the white dress under our caps and gowns. And when you see us, we all look very similar. We're all in black. We've got the mortarboard. We've got the black shoes on, and it looks very dignified.
yeah, and actually, so Timo mentions the stockings and being hot in Georgia, but we still do it. And Courtney loved the point about the utility, and Deborah raises a great point about her husband loves the white dress tradition, and has been talking about it for years. And absolutely, it is. It's stunning to see. I mean, the last graduation that I was there, we, as the graduates go through the alums, in the white dress.
Hmm.
It's just a really
Yeah,
remarkable, tear jerking
right.
moment to
It hit,
see.
it hits you when you see all those women looking at you in white, and they're in white and welcoming you into the fold.
Yeah, yeah. So it's beautiful, very beautiful.
Mhm.
So talk about your favorite Spelman memory.
Yeah, I thought about this because I have a lot of different types of memories. And I would think that a lot of my memories are connected to the music department or the Glee Club because I spent so much time there, or the Sisters Chapel because I spent so much time there as well. But my memory is really connected to the support that I received as a student. So as a music student, you have to perform at the end of each semester. It's called jury. It's the most nerve-wracking time for any music major because it's like, oh, you perform in front of the faculty and you're judged. And at Spelman, we have a jury honor roll that you can get on, I think, between your freshman and your junior year. So I started at Spelman as a piano major and didn't excel, and so I didn't make jury. I was always very very nervous. Jury, tears, the whole thing. But I switched to the organ as a sophomore and got got good. Really took it. I took hold of it, and at my last semester, my second semester junior year, which was my last opportunity to make jury honor roll. I remember I wanted to make honor roll because it's what I do. I want to be on the honor roll. I made jury honor roll, and it was announced during a Glee Club rehearsal, and I didn't know, and I remember
Wow.
bursting into tears and running out the room, going, "I can't believe I made it." So it was the support that I'd gotten from the faculty to say, "No, you can do this, and here's how much we believe in you, and we'll reward you by
Yeah.
saying you've made jury honor roll. It was your last chance to do it, but you still did it." So
Yay.
it was really great, and then just all of the people that I've met and engaged with, to know someone that you met next door, you're fresh as a freshman, and you still know her well today.
Absolutely. I love
Hmm.
it. And your line sister raised a great point that you have a Spelman legacy.
Yes, I do. And I know she's on. My daughter is the class of 2009, so we celebrate reunion together with you.
Yes, I know, which is a beautiful thing.
Yes. So we
This is
all
a
get to celebrate
beautiful
together.
thing.
Yeah.
So, can you share a little bit about the Alumni Association? We have quite a few Spellmates. Dawn's on, I see.
Mhm.
Hi, Dawn. And actually, Dawn's right. She's like, it's a like a very emotional ceremony when we were going through it. And I think we were beside each other at the last one, the
Oh,
last time I
okay.
was there. So
Mhm.
it's good to see you, Dawn. Can you talk a little bit about the Alumni Association, and how alums can get active?
So your National Alumni Association, NAASC, um, is active and ready to do all kinds of things with alumni. It is open to all Spelman alumni, graduates and former students. We have about 55 chapters across the country, as well as in Bermuda. And it's a time for you to reconnect. I like to say that being in a chapter is like having a mini reunion every month, because you will see your classmates, your dorm mates, you'll see people you were just in school with, you'll see new people, you'll see older people, and it's just a great time to get together with alumni. Most chapters do public service of some sort. They have a scholarship. They do some fundraising. So they're doing a lot of different things. And then this year, I'd like to mention that we're having our True Blue Sister Summit in July, July 7th through 10th in Chicago. And it'll be the first time that we've taken our regions, of which there are five, and put them together into one a national conference. We're having a national summit. So if people want to know more about the Alumni Association, they can visit naasc.org. All of our information is up there. Look to see where you live. There's a chapter in your area, and you can join. You can join your chapter, and you can join the National Association as well.
I love it. Well, believe it or not, we hit 20 minutes. But this has been inspirational to me. It's so great to see everyone here. Lori, good, thank you for joining us. On the 20-minute fashion distraction, there's one thing that I say. There's things in life that we can't get back, and time is one of them. So, Kiva, I thank you so much for sharing your time and insight and joy about our favorite alma mater, Spelman College.
Mhm.
And just, I like to thank the audience. You guys come back and rock with me every Wednesday night. So I am truly grateful. And Kiva, thank you so much.
You're so
Hang
welcome.
on.
Okay.
And I will see everybody next Wednesday. Thank you so much. Thanks. Hi, Courtney. Okay, thanks.